Welcome on in. This is going to be a fun one. This is my third live today, and this one is going to be all about AI tools. So, welcome into Bam Bam Boogie. This channel is here to mainly teach you tools of AI so you could then bring it into your life and bring in creativity on a level that you understand it. Because when I first started looking into learning about AI, it was very hard to find a channel that spoke my language. Hold on. They would either give too many tech words or go so fast, even if I slowed it down, I couldn't follow it. So I'm hoping that videos like this give you the opportunity to dive into your AI tools in a way that is good for you, on a level that is good for you. This is my sunshine back here. I've been making a couple videos based on this dude going to Whole Foods. It's really fun. To me, it makes me laugh. And I use my AI tools to build a skit just like that. As I was building it, I recognized that I should be really using this as a platform to teach you guys exactly what I did to get through this whole entire skit. So I thought that would be a good idea in a way to teach you, to show you. Now, I don't know if it's going to be quite understandable. I do this live. I videotaped myself doing it on my computer, but I'm not sure how this whole thing's going to wind up in the very end because I'm not pre-preparing it. I'm much better at going live in these situations than I am preparing it. So I think I found a way to teach the way that works for me, and then maybe hopefully it will help others learn the way that they like to learn. I'm just about to be 60 and I'm having a lot of fun doing this. I think that the key, before I start this, the key for me was to find a way that worked for me, find a pattern that worked for me that I could continuously work on day after day without getting confused. Because when you make a skit, you're using more than one. For me, I use more than one AI tool. And once I get past one or two, it's difficult to keep it organized so I could reuse them logically. So on Amazon, on Amazon, if you want to get some really cool little books, notebooks, I created notebooks to help you learn and write, and it's all under Bam Bam Boogie or Lori, Bam Bam Boogie. Bam Bam Boogie is the name of this channel. Writing it down and keeping it organized in a book is super important. That's how I teach myself. I can't put it in my phone. I can't put it on my computer. I need it down on paper. So that works for me. So I had to start writing down these tools because they kept building. I had, ChatGPT was the first one. Dreamface, Leonardo AI, Halo, CapCut, OpenAI, Gemini. Like, there's so many of them that one for me works better than the other. So I'm going to walk you through this, and hopefully it will help you move forward in your journey with AI tools. Don't be afraid of them. Don't be afraid of them, because if you just do it slowly, and slow is very important. The word slowly is important to this learning process. You don't learn overnight, and when you listen to those other channels, oh, you could go do this and make millions of dollars and thousands of dollars. It's not so simple. The first thing that you have to do is know what you're doing. Like, open up an AI tool and know what you're doing. At least know the basics. You don't just go on something, do it, and that's it. Like, oh, go on whatnot. You don't just go on whatnot. There's a process to get through. There's buttons that you need to push to do it. You don't just go on these platforms and just do it. You need to teach yourself the research, look at all these videos, watch people's videos, see what kind of a person that you like to listen to. Which channel works for you, stick with it. There's certain creators out there that I like, the ones that speak to me like this. So this is why I'm doing this platform, because the other ones go too fast for me. Oh, this light above me is killing me. I know. Oh, that's bad. Wait, hold on. I think I'm just going to leave it like that for right now. So the AI tools out there and the way that you're going to learn has to be up to you. What works good for you. Now, I don't like that, how that looks either. Oh, that light, you guys, I'm really, really bad with bright light. Really bad. Let's get this back in here. Should put a hat on my head. Anyways, let's fix this. That light is so bright. Move over this way. If I turn this way. So learn what works for you. Pick a channel that if they speak to you, it's easier. If they're speaking to you and not rattling super fast, and do this, and this, and you can't figure it out and you can't follow it, change the channel. There's so many different creators that, nope, gotta turn it off. There's so many different creators out there. You gotta find, again, the one that is good for you. The one that works for you, right? Let's select a different beach. Nope, doesn't work. Does that work better? See how you could change the little difference? Hilarious. Anyways, I'll put myself here. At my age, and I'm thinking about people who are going to be 60 plus, and these are all new tools for everybody. So I'm not saying that we need more special understanding. No, it's just a matter of speaking to us as if we need to understand exactly what you're doing, in not a language that we are expected to understand, because I don't. So there are a few channels out there. I'm going to find them and put them in my description that are really, really good teachers that know more than me. I'm learning, so I've done thousands of hours to teach myself so I could bring it to you guys. I've done this, I'm like crazy with this light. I've put in all of these hours so I could teach myself and understand what I'm doing. And the reason I did all this is because I wanted to make documentaries on missing children. WCIA Network was my first channel. I have almost 5,000 subscribers, and that's for missing children. And then I went into BAM BAM BOOGIE, which brings in the BAM, brings in the boogie, right? And then we have 60 plus. 60 plus is doing things in your 60s, and moving forward and having fun with it. Let me see how I look here. Hold tight. Raw. Okay, let me switch. Bam Bam Boogie. Let me see how this looks. So this Bam Bam Boogie is to show you how to use AI tools to bring in your passion and Bam Bam Boogie. But there's different ways of people teaching, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be teaching you here correctly. That's one of my 60 plus life hacks. Like, they kind of all blend together. 60 plus life hacks. They're going to be watching over here to learn this. So I'm going to show the first video, and what I did was I videotaped myself creating this skit. And let me bring in the skit. Bring the skit in. This is the skit that was made.
All that sunshine rolling down the road, tailgate humming, got a simple load. Whole Foods bag sitting shotgun seat, pick those oranges slow. Yeah, hand select sweet, bright little suns in a paper sack. Brought them on home, ain't looking back. Front door creaks, boots hit the floor. Got plans for these oranges, that's for sure. I'm sunshine, home from Whole Foods tonight. Got them oranges glowing like porch light shine. Gonna wash them, scrub them, treat them just right. Before I cut that tip and peel them slow and kind. Every bite's a blessing, every drop's gold. Yeah, I'm sunshine, and I take my time with those oranges. Sink fills up, bubbles rise, soap and water, watch them shine. Scrubbing every inch with care, like there's something rare, yeah, something fair. Water running, windows bright, country kitchen feels just right. Line them up, one by one, washed and ready, job well done. I'm sunshine, home from Whole Foods tonight. Got them oranges glowing like porch light shine. Gonna wash them, scrub them, treat them just right. Before I cut that tip and peel them slow and kind. Every bite's a blessing, every drop's gold. Yeah, I'm sunshine, and I take my time with those oranges.
Okay, so that's the video. Let me pull this in. That's the video. All right, so that's the video that was made, and I'm going to show you the different instructions on step by step. Let's see. Choose. So I'm going to show you the first thing that I did here. Step by step. 1. Okay. Hold on. I should have downloaded. Hello. I think it's on mute, but I'm just downloading right now. Let's see. Yeah, it's downloading right now, so hold tight. We're downloading little chapter 1, if it ever downloads, so I could show you step by step of how I created this skit. Unfortunately, they didn't download the correct way, so we are waiting for it to do that. So this skit has about 11 different segments. So I created those segments, and you're going to see the first thing I did was go to ChatGPT. I always start with ChatGPT. They're the ones that give me the prompt for everything I do, really. They give prompts for the titles, the descriptions, to create the character, to make the movement, the color, the size, everything that you see in here. Oh, let's do this. I wish I could cancel it. It's going so slow. All right, so here's the first set of directions. This is going to be the beginning part. If there's sound in here, let me see if I could turn that off because I don't need to hear that. This is how I started. I already had a skit with this little guy here, Mr. Sunshine. So that you could look at the other videos and see. But here is what we did here. I want to make sure that we start from the beginning. Here we go. This is what I did. I started with saying, created this wrestler for me and made a great song about him shopping at Whole Foods for oranges. It was great. I cannot remember what AI tool was used for making these images. I couldn't find it, you guys. It was months back. Can you pull this information and look to create another skit? Okay, this is what I put in there. And it already is, what it's already doing is it's recognizing what it is. It's recognizing that it's a real face. It's recognizing what to do. There's the oranges. I had this, so I'm like, yes, that's the guy. But I gave him the one with the vegetables, and I said, fill it with oranges. Then they filled it with oranges, and now I want to give it some movement. It needs some movement. So I'm asking all of this of ChatGPT to create the images, so then I could put it into the next AI tool. So the first thing you put down in your book is you need to create your character. You got to get that character down. And everything is done in ChatGPT. Like for me, it was just easy. I just kept putting information in there until it stuck, until I got what I wanted. I wanted, an image like this. So I asked it to go to be at the sink, right? To be at the sink. And I'm going to name it washing the oranges. After your first scene is made, and you want to know what your scenes you're putting in there. You go to ChatGPT, don't just have nothing in front of you. Write down the skit that you are trying to create. Break it down into a single image. So to me, I'm not going to say, I don't have to say anything other than the single image because I know then this is going to go into movement in Halo. That's next. But it was washing in a modern sink in a kitchen. And it gave me that. So I saved that as washing, and it's scene 1. It's very important to keep your scenes organized. So I said, excellent. Now let's have him. And then I'm creating what to say simply. Him grabbing all of the oranges out of the sink. Now I put that in there. You're going to see it creates this. But then after I create this, I recognize that I didn't do a step with the oranges. You'll see. So now it's going to create the next scene. And I wait. There it is. Holding clean oranges. Okay? As soon as I do that, I'm like, okay, put it in a bowl in the middle of the table. He'll be sitting at that table. So now I want to show those oranges are making it over to the table. And I want a single image of that, because so far those three images could be put into movement. But what doesn't change are the characters of the image. So you have the image of him holding the bag. So I need that bag to get over to the table. And then you need that bag, the oranges going into the sink, right? And then you need him getting the oranges to the table. But you have all of your images. This here is we asked for him to bring it to the table. So here he's bringing it to the table. But what I forgot sitting at the table looking at the bowl, what I forgot, right? Oh, I'm looking for an image. It didn't create it. I think I asked it. Okay, so if for some reason ChatGPT didn't give you what you're looking for and it's not working, you're waiting too long, don't be afraid to stop it, because what I do is then look and I'm like, wait a minute, the image didn't come through and it doesn't look like it's doing anything. I'm sitting here too long. I copy and paste the prompt and you put it in again and you send it. Nothing is see, I'm copying and pasting and doing it again because it didn't come through. It's him sitting at the table with the oranges. Nothing is perfect. If you feel like something is going wrong, it's going wrong. Just stop, take it slowly, and look at what you're creating to make sure you're creating what's best for your skit. Okay, so now we're going to have him sitting at the table. And I save it. See how I'm saving, holding the oranges, sitting at the table. I'm creating the scenes and I'm placing them as such on my laptop. Then I remember, I think right here, let's have him. I do remember because I need him to be washing them. So that's the 3 oranges. I must go back and do that later. Then I'm staying in sync. So now it's the next one. He needs to, 3 oranges back at the sink, filled with suds. Oh, I did say I did do that. So what I'm doing is I'm bringing this back to the sink, because what I forgot in the script is him washing the oranges with soap. So after they were put in the water, they need to be in the sink with soap. He's scrubbing them. He's scrubbing them before it gets to the table. So now this goes in, scrubbing them, and then they go in a bowl, and then they go to the table. See? So now we've got the suds. And now he's at the table, and I asked ChatGPT to show him with the cleaned oranges ready to go. They're sitting there, they're ready to go. And the reason we have him sitting there like that is because my movement's going to be him moving to cut the oranges next. So this goes on until I have all of the images. He cuts it, you tell him to cut it, he cuts it. And now he has his pieces to eat. So it's these little, they're to eat. And he's eating them. And now he's excited because job complete. So these are all different scenes. So this would be scene 1.
invest in him and believe in him.
Okay, I'm trying to see if we can get it to play. Hold on. Because I know I have it. Okay, here, let's try. Okay, so here it's playing it. So I go and I listen, and I kind of know pretty quickly if I like it. I think that maybe this one, the first one, I liked best. Let's see. So it creates it. And I'm like, let's do it again. So what I do is I went back over here. I wanted to make sure that I didn't forget anything to put in the style that would give it a little bit of a punch. There. Optional Suno punch. So I put it in the style. I pasted somewhere in here. See how I just play with it? I just wing shit. But it works. And now I push create. I tried different ways of doing it to see if I'm going to get, you're always going to get a different output. You're going to get a different output. Let's see. I also trash, at this point I know which ones I do not want, so I trash them.
Sunshine rolling down the road, tailgate humming, got a simple load. Whole food bag sitting shotgun seat, pick those oranges slow, yeah.
So I keep creating, you guys, until I like what I like what I see. I keep creating, and that's what I suggest. And you're going to know quickly if you like something. It's it will hit you. Like you'll be like, I like that beat. Like people, within seconds they change channels. If you're gonna play something that the beat doesn't grab them, you're gonna lose them. That's just what's gonna happen. You're gonna lose them.
It's good though. You good.
Here it is. Here's my next one. Then I went back to Suno. Now let's have prompts for each images so we can, I went back to ChatGPT so we can now put movement, you guys, into the image so we can make a video. So you made your images through ChatGPT. You've got your Suno, you made your song, you placed what you want in the song based off your skit images. Now it's time to put those images into movement. So I'm starting with image number 1. So I am now telling ChatGPT that I want image number 1 moving. I want a movement. So holding oranges. So now this is on my desktop. I'm going to the first image, oranges in a bag. That's how it starts, right? So I'm grabbing that as a reference and I'm attaching and doing it one by one. I already did that up here. Okay, so I'm attaching all of them, right? I've attached all of them here. One by one, I'm telling it what to do with each one. This one, oranges are placed at table turning bowl to the right angle so he looks at the oranges and flexes. So each picture has a demand to it. He has selected oranges to eat, smells each one, and places them on table softly and carefully while flexing. So see how I'm asking him to create a prompt for each one. So there, it's creating a prompt for each one of these. Peels each orange slice by slice, keeps his smile and fun look in his face. So each one of these, I am putting a prompt, and it's sending me answers. So what I'm not stopping to show you is you put your image up, you tell it what kind of movement you want, and then ChatGPT gives you prompt to use for Halo to give it movement. ChatGPT knows that you want to keep that character consistent. My guy here already knows that, but you got to say the character must stay consistent. Nothing changes other than the movement. So here it says this image is your video sequence. He gives me here 7 selected with care. The thing that it says scene description, that's what I put, only the scene description. I don't go into character detail because the character is already created. So what I do is I only take the top two paragraphs, and that's what I'm pasting into Halo. See, I've got all of that stuff, and where I'm going is to Halo. 3. Let me get the next one up here. So you got to write this stuff down because it's a lot. You can't, no one's going to do it for you, and the only way to get good at it is jump in it, is to start. Like, you have to start and not wait. There's no waiting to get started. The more you wait, the more you're pushing it off. So you really should start without any fear. Just jump into it. Halo is where you put your image, a prompt, and it puts movement to it. It will get it moving. Okay, so the next one is downloading. So you see that on ChatGPT, I know I moved through it quickly with the video, but there's not much to see other than I want to make sure that I give you guys the correct steps by seeing it. So you really want to put that image in and ask ChatGPT to create the best prompt for you of whatever you're looking to do with it. You want it to be clear enough to get the photo and whatever you're looking to get clearly. You want it to have some fun. You say make it a fun, make it an upbeat prompt. Make sure that ChatGPT knows the character in which you're looking for. Tell it the kind of character. You could build your character's information right there on ChatGPT, and you could save it into a project if you want, so you don't forget. That's why the notebooks, to fill in a notebook while you are learning the process, is really the only way to do it. That's the only way to do it, because I don't know how else you're going to keep it all organized, because it's not like you just open up one screen and you're done. You're opening up multiple screens, multiple AI tools. Multiple AI tools. I mean, so far what I've gone over with you is a lot. It's a lot. To create that character is a whole different process. But just getting the character down, you could do that because it spits out, once you get it going, the images spit out and you could choose which image, the image that you want. Okay, here's 4. Here's the next one. Okay. Now we go to Halo. Okay, so these are the prompts. This is when it gets, sometimes this is why I put this in here. Sometimes, so now it created the prompts, right? And then you go over to Halo. When you're copying and pasting your prompts, sometimes what it will do is give you a choice of option 1 or option 2. So don't get confused. Oh my God, it's doing something nuts. See, here's my first one, scene 1. And then here it gives me a couple options. And all I do is select which one I want. So I take my prompts. So now I showed you. Just know sometimes it creates 2. No, this isn't it. This is Halo. Sometimes it creates 2 options for you in ChatGPT. That's okay. Select the one you want and copy and paste it into Halo. This is now Halo. You go over to Halo and you get ready to copy and paste this. Here. What you have as far as ChatGPT. You go get your picture that matches your prompt, take your picture, upload your picture, copy and paste the prompt, and you push create. When it creates, don't just go with your first one. Sometimes it doesn't work, like this doesn't work. Look at, so the prompt needs to be fixed. That is not natural, right? So I see the prompt I use, I'm like, that's just not going to work for me. So what I do is I push recreate, which moves it over to the left. So you just recreate it. Doesn't do anything until you push recreate, until you push that 25 thing. I'm getting rid of certain words so it isn't so complicated. So I kind of explain it better, and I get rid of that lifting the bag, holds the bag. Like I had to be a little clearer. So ChatGPT doesn't always get it correctly. The bag does not turn upside down. Doesn't turn upside down. So like just slowly you just kind of explain it. And you go through each and every one of these, and you do the next one, and then you do the next one. You copy what ChatGPT told you, put it into Halo with your matching picture that is on your desktop. And you go through and you create each one of these all the way through. And you're creating all the way through. That's what this is. This video here is showing you how to go to ChatGPT. It says image 4, soak, swirl, and flex. All you do is match that up. You match it up. You match it up to the prompt. They will put it in movement. Put the prompt and the image up on Halo and push create. That is how it's done. That's how it's done to get the image. So now you have an image, a song, and you have scenes with those 6-second images moving. They're only 6 seconds. The job here is to take those images in sequence So you go and grab everything and you go to CapCut. CapCut here, even though it says Canva, that just kind of came up first. CapCut is where I make my videos. So I open up CapCut. Looks like this. Make sure that you subscribe. I'm already a subscriber. Put on a Bam Bam Boogie. And just, you want to create something, so push create. And don't forget to select the ratio. It's really important. Do you want it to look like a YouTube or do you want it to look like a TikTok? So what you're doing here is make sure you select the right ratio. And now what we're doing is uploading each scene in order. So here's my space. Oh, and something isn't correct with CapCut lately. It says something is wrong. I've tried to reach out to the help center and no one has helped me. It's very odd. It's working really strange. So I now upload the 6-second videos. What I realize in this moment is I didn't download them in order. So now what I'm doing is they're all sitting here and I need to download these in order on my laptop. And you have to remember, which one did you pick? Did you pick this one or did I pick the other one? So this is the one I liked. I download it without watermarks. Boom. But this is scene 1. This is important, you guys. Scene 1. It's now downloaded. Even though I did it that way, my scene 2 is putting them in the sync. It's putting them in the sync. And I'm figuring out which one I liked. And putting them in the sync is number 2. Remember when I then said, aha, I need these oranges to be scrubbed. Where's the scrubbing? Put some in there. I forgot about the scrubbing. You'll see I add that in. 4. I kept it in order, probably because I didn't want to confuse myself, and then I added it in. Because you have to really stay organized. Sort of really use your notebook with your pen on paper next to you. I'm not writing as I'm talking. I'm just talking because I can't do that right now during live. So I'm downloading these in order on my laptop. I keep going. I'm downloading. They're all there. That's the end. Da, da, da. And now what I'm doing is I'm uploading them. Downloaded, and now I am uploading them in order here. Couldn't upload. So this is a great example. I couldn't upload here at the end here because it told me I was out of space, which is very strange. So there's something very weird that's going on with CapCut. I have to say, I should probably look into it, but it consistently sends, sorry, you did something wrong, or you have no space. I bought more space, and I reloaded it all. So I know that my account is it's standing correctly, but it's not working correctly. So this is where I stopped. I checked to make sure everything was in order, but that is a really good thing to show, because what will happen is you'll work on something and it won't save it. It won't save it. It'll just sit there. Or you'll work on something and it won't upload. Or you've worked on something, it won't download. I don't know if there is a known issue right now, but it added a lot of time for me, unnecessary time. Prepare for that. Got to take it, step by step. These AI tools are becoming more popular, and I'm assuming as they become more popular, maybe they're getting just overloaded. I don't know. That's what it looks like to me, because it only happens sometimes. So here comes me uploading to Halo after I figured out what the problem was. And you put them in order. And you look. So here I uploaded everything. And now what I'm doing is I'm adding one by one in order. See how I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 11? I'm adding in order of sequence. Add this all the way, order and sequence. And now I get the bubble one to fit in, because it's the bubble one, place in sync filled with bubbles, that I forgot in the script. So I make it, I upload it, and then I put it into the script where it belongs. Right there. So this is where it belonged. Puts it in, then he puts the suds on before he takes them out, because that's a big thing for me. Puts the suds on, then they're clean. Here, let's start it from here. Okay, so you can see it. I upload the suds, sud, place in sync. Soap. And then I add the soap. Put them, they're all in its place. Okay. Now I play it. Come home with the bag of oranges. Take them out of the bag. Put them in the sink. See? And then you wash them, because they're placed in the sink. You have to do the movement and then get in the sink. Then you wash them. And now they're being rinsed. And he's all excited. He's ready. Something fun. You have to be something fun in there. He's all psyched, dancing. Now he brought them to the table in the bowl. Selected ones to eat. He's really excited. And then he puts them down, smelling them. I decide to start trimming them so they move nicer. See? You want to trim them so they move nicely. So I trim them so it looks like, there's no skip. I'm looking. Smells it. And I want it to smell it. So the orange is up by your nose. You want it to be up at your nose when you go to the next one, so it brings it down. See? It needs to be a smooth transition, as if it's one clip. So, see how that, I'm going to be taking away that pause. So I'm looking at it, and I go back and I edit out the dead zone, the part that is just standing there. Like, so he's in movement, so he's not just standing there. So I go and I remove the dead zone, basically. Let's see. I remove the dead zone. Here we go. Here we go, moving the dead zone. It's not in movement, so see, I start it where the movement starts. And now I'm making sure that it's set for TikTok setting. I'm move my ratio to 9:16, and that has to be set. So you want to crop that the correct way. So get rid of him just standing there. He's in movement. And I fix my scene. So now it's a little smoother. And I keep doing that with each scene. I pull it down so it fits. Pull it down so it fits. That's all done. How I want it to look. And now I add one more of him putting the suds on him, not the oranges on him. And then I add the song on the bottom, the audio. So when you add the audio, you put it on the bottom there. And the audio is way longer than the scene. So what I do is I shorten the song to fit the scene. I shorten that to fit the scene. Let's see, 6, 7. This should show you the final product. So in review so far, you guys, it's a lot. ChatGPT gives you all the prompts. And for this skit, I'm using ChatGPT, Suno for the song, Halo for the movement, and CapCut for the movie. And that's what we're doing here, is we're taking the images and now we're adding the audio to the bottom. And then we just play the audio and cut the audio, because the audio is 3 minutes and 18 seconds, and the video is way shorter. So all you do is shorten the music. That's it. You have to shorten the music, because I'm not making this almost 3.5 minutes long. That's too long for this one. The first one is because it's an intro of him going shopping. This is home. So all right, so now I'm playing it to show you how I cut the music to the video. And this is what it looks like. And I started the song where it makes sense. Sunshine, rolling down the road. figuring it out. I want to add another one of those so the bag is up and down, up and down. I have room to play with, so now I'm adding another one of, and now I'm going to fix it so it's in movement, see? Since I added, so it's not just once lifting it, now we're lengthening it so he could be moving the bag up and down and up and down. So I'm going to edit that way. Here we go. I didn't like it, so I'm re-editing. See? I did down, and now he's got to be lifting it up. So it, there you go. So it matches. So when you go, it's like it's together. So you lift it up and down. Now he's putting them in the sink. Whole Foods bag sitting shotgun seat, pick those oranges slow. Bag sitting shotgun seat, pick those oranges slow. Yeah, and select. And you just watch, and you could, to shorten it. Hi, baby. What? Hallway, bottom. You just keep editing. So if you want to edit one section, you see how I have it highlighted in blue in the bottom? You click on it and you move the front or the back to shorten it. And I just keep doing this until it makes sense. I just keep moving all the way down through. All the way through. See, it's a little closer. It's the same movement. Now he moves it to the sink, drops them, scrubbing. Yeah, and select sweet. Bright little suns in a paper sack. Brought them on. See, I added the same one twice. And I have him dancing during the fun part. I always laugh. It's me laughing in the video. Hilarious. Literally, I'm sitting by myself laughing. Listen. Take my time with those oranges. Sink fills up, bubbles rise, soap and water, watch them shine. Scrubbing every inch with care like there's something rare, yeah, something fresh. Water running. So you could hardly tell. You could hardly tell where it skips, or goes to the next one, and then it just goes all the way down, and then I shorten the song. I mean, it's a lot, you guys. So that's why when someone says, oh, you just go make a song, well, that's kind of not how it's done. It's not done that way. And one of the important parts too is making that thumbnail. So now you got the song and the skip. I made a really cool thumbnail, and I go to Canva to do that. Canva is a great tool. It works well. Do it slow, read, look at some videos online. Learning and putting time in and hours helps the most. Hands-on experience helps the most. Just getting in there and just doing it. So I head over to Canva and I start making a thumbnail. Now I'm looking for something different because I made a TikTok one. So I have to do a TikTok, and a lot of times I push TikTok video on accident. But I need this to be resized to TikTok. That's what you do. You have to resize it. Remember to size it to the way you need it. TikTok mode. And there you go. And then I go to my uploads and I pick a picture, and it's got to be that, obviously it's got to be that sunshine character because that's what the video is on. So I go in and I go to select the best picture, which is him really holding the oranges in a bag. It's not. See if I picked that one. Did I pick that one? Whole Foods oranges. So I go through this process, pull it tight, and put words on. You go to text, and then you go over to text, and you could do regular text or pick on the bottom here any style really that you want. And you keep going and you add it, and then you play with it until you like what you see. Blah, blah, blah. I made one then with the soap guy to see if I like that better. Should I put the Whole Foods there? And I go through all of this for like an hour to make one that looks the best for me. And it winds up being Lenamite with the soap suds, right? 10. What do I have in 10? So now I have really the video ready to go, right? So you just don't go on and make a video. They make it sound so easy, but it isn't so easy. It isn't. You have to do it slowly and write down your steps and take your steps one at a time. And know your skit. Write your script out. Your skit out the way that you want it. Because if that isn't organized, you're not going to be able to organize each piece. First you get the photo, then you take the photo and you put it into Halo. Which one is this? Oh, this is when I ask, so now it's done. This is now it's done. And when I go to post it, I asked for a good title. Excellent job, now ready for the last piece, title and description for TikTok upload. And that's what it gives me, title and description. It helps with that. And it works very well, because if you don't have your hook in, there you go. It gives options. And you just know, you pick the one that is best for you. It gives different options. And I picked the one that I felt more, the biggest pull towards. It gives hashtags. Let's make sure the character has already been here. It stays front and center. I want to make sure that the character is front and center, because that's what I'm bringing forward, is the character in like my next one. Because the first one, he was shopping. Now he's home with the oranges. So it keeps him front and center. So I decided to tweak it a little. Don't be afraid to tweak it. You don't have to take your first thing. Now it's sending options tweaked that keeps him front and center. More about him. Sunshine came home from Whole Foods. Now, this is much better. And I use that to paste it. So I copy, and now I'm going to TikTok. And here I go, and I'm uploading. So here I upload my video. I make sure that my video is titled correctly. I like the title to match what I'm saying. And then make sure that you put in your hashtags. And there you have it. And then make sure you go here, because it says only me. I change it to everyone. It's a lot to do. It's a lot to do for a video, but it's also really fun to do. It's fun because you're teaching yourself, you're growing, you're using new tools, and there's nothing better than that. It's just nothing better than that. Let me see here. There I am. So that is how I made this little sunshine guy. It's a lot, but it isn't. If you don't get started, you're not going to do it. The most important thing is to get started and to dive in. Take out your piece of paper, take out the notebook. You get one of my notebooks on Amazon, put under Bam Bam Boogie. I have lots of them. Let me show you which ones I have. Hold on. I have a few of them, but the one that I really love is the planner breakdown. It's got task check, planner, your goal, what you're doing with it. This one here, you write in it. So you want to write down the tools that you used, what you're doing with it, and what you created. Make sure your skid is in check, and ChatGPT, Halo, CapCut, Canva. That's what I used here. So I hope you enjoyed that. Just dive in. If you have any questions, send me a DM, and I will be sure to try to answer that. And also go check out my other stations, my 60 Plus Life Hacks and WCIA Network. This is fun here. I hope I make a difference to someone in their life, and to help them bring their creativity out instead of being fearful of this stuff. All right. I will see y'all later.